Okay, we've seen this particular case of locating the epicenter of an earthquake. Now let's take one example that I'm just reading the data, assuming the P and S wave travel through the crust at 6 km per second and 3 km per second respectively. Estimate the epicentral location, latitude and longitude of hypocentral earthquake whose characteristics are given below. So in the data, the seismograph position is being given in terms of latitude and longitude. So you can see here 37 degree, 22 minutes, 30 seconds, and so on for other seismographs. This latitude is being given. Similarly, the longitude is being given, that is 121 degree, 52 minutes, 30 seconds, and so on for other seismographs. So there are 3 different seismographs which records the particular earthquake. Similarly, this is the arrival time of an earthquake. Whenever the earthquake is reaching to the seismograph, the first the P wave is been reaching and then the S wave. So at the time at which the P wave is striking to the seismograph, that time has been written, that is 6 hours, 11 minutes, 18.93 seconds, 93 seconds. And so on, S wave is reaching, that is 6 hours, 11 minutes, 26.9 seconds, and so on for other seismographs. And you need to find out exactly what is exactly the epicenter of an earthquake. Now just see how it is to be determined. Like, as you know, the diameter of the earth is equal to, we are taking 12720 kilometers. If it is a round, means it is a 360 degree, then you may actually find out this particular formula. So it comes around 1 degree. If you just solve it this, then 1 degree is equal to 111 kilometer latitude will come. Now this is a very simple formula I have taken from the internet, that even you can say that any other formula. As you know, the earth is not a round, but we are assuming it is to be round since it is a different in polar dimensions. Its dimension is different. Similarly, in equatorial dimensions, its diameter is different. And considering those, I have taken one formula from the internet considering the coordinate systems in which the earth has been plotted. However, you may actually free to take any formula, or you can actually put, if in the equatorial diameter, if the earth diameter is this, then 1 degree longitude is equal to how much. That way also you can calculate. I have just taken, you can say, very simple formula, that this is a latitude cos at which you need to convert, you can say, those latitude, which comes around 88 kilometer latitude values. You can say the different formula, so please don't increase your confusion here, right? Any formula you can actually take, no problem. Now here the seismograph place has been written, like for example, latitude I have written here. This latitude I have converted to degrees. So this is 37 degree, 22 minutes, 30 seconds has been converted into the degree, which is around 37.375 degrees, and so on. The longitude is also converted into the degrees, so which is like this. Now this is the difference in the arrival time of the P wave and the S wave, which I suppose to say it is a delta T. This is calculated by the difference in the arrival time, means this minus this. You will get, you can say, the value of delta T. So here the delta T value is coming around, you can say 7.97 seconds, 3.87 seconds, and 6.27 seconds respectively for 3 different seismographs. Now you can use this particular formula in which the variable is Vp, which is the P wave velocity, and the S wave velocity, which has been given, that is 6 km and 3 km per second respectively. However, if it is not given, in some case, in some example, you can assume also, like for an hard rock, the P wave velocity generally it is 6 km per second, and if you take the ratio of Vp to Vs, generally it is 1.5 times to the 2. In this case, they have considered the 2, and that's why the velocity of shear wave comes around, you can say 3 kilometer per second. That way, if this value or this data is not been given, you can actually assume depending upon the geological condition through which the wave is been passing. So based on this values, you can calculate the value of Vp and Vs with this particular formulas, and this values comes around 47.8 kilometers, 23.2 kilometers, 37.6 kilometers respectively. Now if you go further, and now let us plot these values to find out exact location of an epicenter. So for example, if you see it again from here, so this is 37.87, this is 37.75, and here is the 37.37. So it is varies, the minimum value is 37.375 and the maximum value comes around 37.876 degrees. So this I have plotted here. So I have started from 37 degree, 37.5 degree and 38 degree. As you know, 1 degree latitude that you have calculated, the value is around 111 kilometer. So if you see the half a latitude, means the 0.5 degree latitude is equals to the half of 111 kilometer, means it is 55.5 kilometers, and so on for others. Similarly, for the longitude value also, I have found out the minimum and maximum limits, and based upon 1 degree calculations, it is 44 and 44, as you have calculated 1 degree longitude is equal to 88 kilometers. Now this graph you can actually calculate. Now here the latitude is going on a leftward side because it is the western latitude. If it is an eastern latitude, that is in the eastern side of the hemisphere, world map, then we will go from left to right. This is so this way you can actually plot it. However, it doesn't make any difference in your final answer. Now you need to convert this degree into now Cartesian coordinate, which is nothing but it is in the kilometers. So what you will do is, like for example, in a seismograph station 1, which is having a latitude of 37.375, here is already a 37. So 37.375 means there is a over 37, there is a 0.375 degree. You need to go up. So if you say there is a 1 degree latitude is equal to 111 kilometer. So for 0.375 degree latitude is equal to how many kilometers? So if you calculate those things, then this value comes around 41.625 kilometers. So which is I have plotted here. Similarly, for a longitude also, for example, if I say longitude is 121.875 degree, so means it is 0.375 from this 121.5 degree, means I need to go leftward from here. So similarly, you can calculate for a 1 degree longitude is equal to 88 kilometer. So for 0.375 degree longitude is equal to how much? So this comes around 33 degree. If you can plot, then you will exactly get the position of a seismograph station 1. And similarly, this way you can calculate the seismograph position of seismograph station 2 as well as the 3. Once you plot this onto the graph, all this seismograph position, then the things will be very easy. You already calculate the value of D in the previous table, like for example here. So D is already been calculated here. So from each seismograph location, you are going to draw a circle with a radius of D. So if you plot this, then you will have such type of circles. And now you can see wherever this circle is intersecting, in this case, you can see this zone where probably your epicenter is been actually located. The exact location, this particular zone will narrow down if you have more number of seismographs. Since here it is a 3, still you can see it's very narrow zone. For time being, you can see the CG of this particular narrow zone approximately, and you can consider this is the point at which your epicenter is being located. Now this is in the kilometers. This is comes around some kilometers. For example, from this line, this is the how much is the, you can measure it, and from this line you can measure, you can say this length, and based upon that you can calculate how many kilometers. Now in the reverse direction you can do the calculation. Like for example, for 111 kilometers is equal to 1 degree latitude, then whatever the length has been coming here is so this much kilometers is equal to how many degrees. So on, if you can calculate, then this value comes around, this position of this particular point will come around 37.7522 degree, and so on. If you convert into the degree, minute, seconds, it will comes around, you can say 37 degree 45 minutes and 8 seconds. Similarly, distance from the epicenters for the longitude also you can calculate. So this longitude value comes around this. So the position of an epicenter in terms of latitude and longitude you can calculate with this particular value. So this is how you can actually locate the epicenter of an earthquake. I hope it is very easy, and it is very I mean, you can understand now how you can actually locate in a two-dimensional figures. I have put certain exercise problem for your assignment 1. You can solve it and you can submit, you can say after 1 week, maybe on a WhatsApp or maybe Google platform. Just 2 example is there, which is quite useful, which is based on this particular theory. And I hope this is clear. So I'm going to the now next lecture, next topic. Just a minute.